your clothes?
Well, that's a good question. I get a lot of people that always ask me that question when they come in here. So the only areas in this room that I actually store my clothes is in those 4 drawers in the bottom of my bed and the right side of my closet. So on this side is where I keep the rest of all of my jerseys that I can't display.
You've got
So in here is probably another, probably 100 and maybe 110 all autographed that I can't display. So a lot of times what happens is I'll take these 2 down and replace it with 2 that I have in here. It's always like a cycle. So those 2 will come down, these 2 will go out. That way they all kind of get their airtime, you know. They all got to breathe and, you know, get in the photo shoots.
it's a little crazy.
It's, like we said, it's an obsession for sure.
yeah,
I mean, you see a piece that you've been trying to add to the shrine, you feel like you got to add it to the collection overall. So these are the jackets I used to wear to the games. Not as much anymore. I'm trying to retire some of them. These are all like my Laker basketball cards, Laker magazines, some really puny weights. But other than that, I mean, everything else, clothes-wise, is just on the other side of the closet. All this is just stored away from my Laker jersey. So
That's amazing.
so that's where those are at, and it's a bit overwhelming sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But being
It's
a
really
collector-
cool. It's
So,
really cool.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Your name?
Laker Sparrow?
Laker Sparrow.
Yeah. How did you come up with that?
So that came about when I went to my first Laker road game in 2011. Nickname, you kind of have this Jack Sparrow thing going on. We're going to call you the Laker Sparrow. I'm like, all right, that works for me. And it kind of just stuck ever since. And like, you know, the back of the jersey, man, it's Sparrow, you know. So
Yeah.
so I had the jersey customized. It's an actual image of a rum bottle. So everything was customized from there on. So the people see me at the game. You got the purple and yellow wig. They got, you know, the Sparrow customized jersey. People see me on TV, the newspaper, want some photos. So it's always fun, man. I mean, that kind of part of being a fan never got to me being like, wow, I never thought it would turn into what it is. Being with the collection that I have, being on a Laker ticket stub, being in the newspaper, doing opportunities like this. So it's a bit overwhelming. I'm always like thankful for a lot of the people that appreciate my dedication. And
it's
passion.
also-
But it's always electric in there nonetheless. I mean, people go for the enjoyment of the atmosphere, going to represent their team. So there's a lot of true fans here. For it being your guys' first time, you guys will have a good time.
Okay. Is there like celebrities?
Depending on where you're sitting, they will be there. I don't know how good of a picture, how well you'll be able to see them.
Where
but they're
do they
usually
normally sit?
they're usually courtside.
Of
Courtside,
course.
what does
Not
that
where I
mean?
don't. That's where I don't sit.
That's
I
like
don't make enough money for that.
right down by the court,
Like
side
right,
of
like
the court.
You're sitting on the court. You're
Yeah.
sitting on the court, like
Like-
next to the Lakers bench, almost.
Oh.
That's like courtside.
We
Unless
have-
you're sitting there, you probably won't get that good of a view of them.
No.
We have lenses.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar thing.
Depending on if whether or not the seller knows what he has, will
Yeah.
depend on how much you get it for.
He probably does.
Probably. You'd be surprised. I just picked up a game-worn autographed Laker jersey last week for $50, and the guy didn't know what he had. So it's mind over power for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So and it's just kind of knowing, like you see something, you're a collector, you know the value, you know the worth. You can look at it and be like, okay, this right here is like a legit item.
Yeah.
Especially at the price, I'm usually get like big-eyed and I want to like jump on it, you know. So sometimes I can't get the money out of my wallet quick enough. I'm so excited inside. But, I don't
But you
wanna
got to be
show it.
cool. You got to be cool.
You gotta stay in the deal. You
Yeah.
don't want to be like, oh, dude, you know what you have here? You should be selling for this. And it's kind of like, all right, well, I'll give you what you asked for.
Yeah.
So,
But what do you think? If he knows what he's talking and what he's got, what do you think you need to pay for?
I'm gonna
something
say
like
it's gonna be somewhere in the range of maybe $100 to $300,
Okay.
give or take.
Yeah.
Especially if he doesn't know what he has, he'll be like, okay, it's vintage. He knows
Yeah.
that for sure. $100 at that, I would definitely pay it. But that's if I can at least find it. So that's
Yeah.
part of the hunt.
So can I just ask you, why basketball? What's so great about the sport in general?
Again, I think it has to go back to me going to my first game when I was like 11 or 12. If I didn't go to that game, it may not have jump-started my passion for basketball, for the Lakers. My dad could have taken me to an LA Clippers or Chicago Bulls game, and I might have been hooked. But the fact that it was the Lakers, my hometown team, I mean, they're only about maybe 55 miles from here, that was a team that inspired me to collect, go to games, and the whole get-up. But I mean, basketball has always kind of been one of those sports I was most attached to because when I was younger, my earlier playing days, basketball was my choice of preference. After I get off work, with me with my buddies, we go shoot, play for a couple hours, and then come home, change, eat, go to bed. And it was kind of a continuous cycle. So basketball has always kind of been in my blood, playing and both watching.
When you were like a kid playing basketball, when we were kids and played like soccer, we always pretended to be named players.
The
They're
famous,
like-
the
yeah,
great
the famous.
players.
Oh,
I'm-
I still do that, man. I'm kind of retired from the game now. I'm 31, but I mean, when I still go out and play a game of horse or like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 with some friends, I'm still telling myself in the head like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, count down. Oh, I'm magic or crazy, just to give me that little extra, beneficial feeling of as if I'm gonna make the shot.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
hey, I'm clutch. I'm an all-star, a Hall of Famer. Time.
Time is running out.
Time
It's
is
the
running
final
out, man.
shot of
That's
the
it.
of the
So
game.
You gotta be clutch. You just kind of make that countdown in your head, and you're like, okay, Kobe for the win. Yeah, I still kind of do that. I'm not gonna lie.